Hello, welcome back. Today I am sharing what I channeled around Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, what's going on with that, and why it matters to us. All right, we'll just get started right away. So I have a list of topics that people have asked me to channel, and this is one of them. And when I asked my guides, what can you share with me that would be beneficial? I gotta be honest, I don't care about Hollywood at all. I used to care a lot more. But I woke up a couple of years ago to channeling out of the blue. I left corporate America. It's a wild story, and I started channeling and receiving psychic downloads for strangers in public. And I've been told that I'm here to share truth from other dimensions and cosmic beings to help us on our journey, because we're in a very unprecedented time right now in human history. So I asked my guides, what would be helpful for us to know what's happening with Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. And, I've seen some of the, rumors, or I've heard some of the rumors about what people think is going on. And I don't know. I don't have a clue, right? So my guides, what they shared with me is that when Ashton first was getting started with his career, it was really encouraged for him to really take advantage of everything that he could, like a kid in a candy store. Really encouraged. What my guides keep saying is the lines were purposely blurred for Ashton, and he's not the only one. This is just an example. This is very common. I've seen in Hollywood from what I've channeled. Is the lines were purposely blurred for him around what was right and wrong. Really encouraged. They're saying fraternizing with like co-stars. Age didn't matter, right? Nothing. It was like encouraging a kid in a candy store, and the lines were purposely blurred for him. And he looked, what they're showing is that he was pretty naive in the beginning. He was naive. He was older. He wasn't like he was 10. He was older when he kind of got started in like the main show he was in, I think the 70s show. He wasn't too young, but he was still naive. And so this campaign was created, and they do this with many people to like blur the lines on morals, they're saying. So as he got older, he started questioning things, they're saying, and he was given, I don't understand this, and I didn't go too deep in this because, like I said, I only want to touch on what's beneficial for us, for you to know. What they showed me is that he was given child trafficking as something to distract him, to not just distract him. He really is interested in, he wants to do good, is what they're saying. He wants to do good, but this was given to him as something to like, because he started to question his own experiences. He started to question the the morals of some of what he's experienced, the purposely blurred lines that were created for him by the people above him. Most people. My guides are saying pretty much anyone that rises to fame like this are in contracts. And these contracts basically are like, they say, in exchange for fame and fortune, you will do these things, right? And so for him, these lines were blurred. He was encouraged to do, fraternize, etc. And he's done things that we would, normal people who aren't in contracts like this would consider not okay, that would consider nefarious. And he started to question things. And so he was given, they're like, well, this stuff isn't wrong. The stuff that you've done or you're involved in, or that we've encouraged you to do, that's not wrong. Why don't you apply your efforts towards human trafficking? Why don't you try and do some good where it really will count, right? And so it was kind of like a distraction. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole, I guess, to go down. But for the sake of time, I want to get into Mila. What they showed me with Mila is that right now she's starting to question things. This is very high level. My guides always show me high level. This is void of human emotion or judgment, because it's just it's high level truth. What they're showing me is that Mila is starting to have, they're saying she's having her own awakening. She's starting to look back at experiences in her life specifically with fame, and start to question if how she was viewing them back then is how she would view them today. And was there anything that contributed to her maybe viewing them a certain way versus another way? Meaning she's starting to question the validity of some of her, not the validity, more like, she's questioning if her thoughts were her own, basically, or was she manipulated at some point? And she's starting to really struggle with this. So what my guides showed me, again, for the sake of time, what they showed me is that she does have a soul contract to wake up in this lifetime to what's happening within Hollywood, to help be part of the the collapse, I guess, but like creating fractures within the Hollywood thought form, which I get into my last video. This thought, Hollywood was created out of the blue, out of nothing, by the people at the top to distract us and control us. And she's starting to question things right now. What they showed me was that she's literally like, she's starting to go inward, and she's just at the beginning of this. She's just at the beginning of starting to question what is going on, and she's feeling really overwhelmed. She's feeling kind of scared to think that, if you think about, if everything you believed, and if you've woken up to what's really going on here on the planet, if you're one of us that's awake, then you've experienced this. Everything you've believed up to a certain point, when you start to realize that it's not real, or it was forced to you, or these weren't your own beliefs. When you start to question, why do I believe what I believe? Where did this come from? Did it come from a book, someone else's opinion? Did this come from going to church and they told us what to believe? Where did this come from? She's starting to have those thoughts right now about her own experiences, and it's a mirror to what the globe is doing. Her soul contract is somewhat mirror to what the globe is going through, which is starting to wake up to, wait a minute, why do I believe what I believe? Why am I doing this? Why am I going to work 8 to 10 hours a day in a job that can barely still pay the bills, right? That I'm unhappy, this rat race. Why am I doing this? Right? So she's starting to wake up to that, and she's a part of many people that are in Hollywood with these soul contracts to help with the collapse of these top-down structures, Hollywood being one of them. Again, Hollywood was created to distract us and control us. When politics and religion started failing, she's starting to wake up and question those things. So I'm rooting for you, Mila. And Ashton has a soul contract with her to help push her to do that. So what that looks like in the third dimension is she's starting to question some of his things. She's starting to question him a little bit. And from a cosmic level, we make soul contracts before we even come here. We're all love before we come here. And then we experience duality and polarization and all of that. And so these soul contracts, we don't remember. I'm a channel. This is what I channel. I was given this beautiful gift out of the blue a few years ago. I channel people's soul contracts and their soul blueprints that you created before you even came here to help you evolve and help the planet. So they have soul contracts to help each other. He has one to help her start to wake up and question things, and she's part of contributing to the collapse. So I'm really rooting for her. It can be a wild ride when you wake up. It can be shocking, but in the end, knowledge is power, and be kind to yourself. If you start to wake up and start to question things, be kind to yourself, because once you start waking up, it's like Alice in Wonderland, the rabbit. Once you start going down the rabbit hole, you're gonna be you're in for a ride. So thank you for being here. This is all the time I have. In the next video, in the next couple of videos, I'm going to be sharing more about downloads I've received around what's happening here on the planet, and what I shared, what I channel around Tom Hanks per my guide's recommendation. So as always, everything I'm sharing is completely 100% channeled, void of judgment and opinion. But I have to say that this is for fun and entertainment. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.